What are we doing, Luke?
Well,
Are we drinking beer?
I'm sitting in your basement.
You're sitting in my basement.
Which is awesome for me.
Which is cool because the country's very big, as is Luke. I feel good, actually, because I feel like I'm...
You've got
I feel like half the man I used to be this morning.
You're also sitting up camera, so...
I'm upwind, so... Well, I'm trying to balance it. It's like if I stood on a stool, I would appear appropriately heighted, but that's not going to happen. Because you're here...
Yeah.
We're going to drink beer. And unlike previous attempts where we both got beer that we didn't each other have, we're going to drink the same beer.
He's good at words. He's really good at words.
You word guy. Not as think as I done my own. We're going to drink the same beer at the same time.
So what is this beer?
This is a seasonal from Bridge Brewing in North Vancouver. Bridgebrewing.com. They did not provide this. I bought this. Well, actually, we bought this. My wife bought this. Whatever. Smooth, rich, malty brown ale brewed with the addition of organic Ugandan SIPI Falls coffee, roasted by the folks at Moja Coffee. It's a collab with a non-brewer, which is kind of cool. I like collab brews, and if it's a collaboration with a non-brewer, that's really cool. Mm-hmm. So coffee beans added after fermentation. So that means the coffee should be like... Because if you ferment with coffee, you tend to lose a lot of the edge. So hopefully that means that this is going to be really coffee-like.
Yeah.
I
soft,
love that
fruity
this is
coffee
aroma.
A Canadian beer
and
from
a
British
Canadian
Columbia.
beer from BC.
That's got Ugandan coffee beans in it.
All things are possible with airlines and internet.
What's Lance's? All things are
all
possible.
things are possible with enough time, money, code, or beer.
Yeah. And
beer.
Or beer.
And
Code. Yeah. And surprisingly enough, Time
counts. From a brewer's perspective, this is a complicated beer. Bramlin Cross hops, Galena hops, Brewer's Gold, Nugget, Canadian Pale Malt, Oat Crystal Malt. So we're gonna have a beer with some backbone. Chocolate malt, Victory Malt. That's a lot of malt for a single beer. The coffee, and they didn't tell us what yeast, but that's not all that surprising because usually they don't tell you what yeast they use because then you know how to make it and then you don't sell it. Somewhere there is a bottle opener.
There's one right there.
There's one right there next to the glasses. Shall I get those? Oh, whoa! East Coast, yo. Out here,
all right.
We do.
One,
are we doing
two,
it on
three,
3 or
shoot?
after 3?
1, 2, 3, shoot.
1, 2, 3, shoot?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
1, 2, 3, shoot.
Son of a... Guess I'm getting it. You guys get to see me up close.
He even got the glasses.
I do.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised that you didn't want to shoot for fucking glasses too.
No, man. Glass-wise, hey, let's be honest. We got some half pints from Winnipeg because we're all about Canada. Mount Begbie from Revelstoke, BC. We're keeping it all Canadian here, folk. All right, am I opening this?
Yeah. Well, you won the loss.
I lost the toss. Won the toss. Yeah. Tossed off. That's later.
I didn't know it was that kind of show.
It's always that kind of show. Yay! So, cheers to the folks at Bridge. Hopefully we'll still like you in, 5 minutes.
It's not going to take 5 minutes.
Well, it's hard to say. You never know. It's a little thinner than I would have expected. It's actually...
sliding into the glass.
Well, it is, but what gets me is look at you can see through it.
Yeah.
It is a brown ale. It's not... So, I mean, I suppose that bears consideration. We're not talking about a stout. We're talking about a brown ale, but... coffees usually are darker, I guess. I should readjust my expectations a little bit.
But then again, coffees are usually fermented in.
That's also true. So...
How come you pour me shitty head? I love head.
Better?
Much.
All right, I'm going to put this... I think that's going to be a hallmark of this tasting series.
Yeah.
Every time I get a cap, it gets tossed. So, turn the half pints around. It's not half pints because it's Bridge Brewing. Remember that. Cheers, Luke.
Cheers, buddy.
It smells good.
Yeah.
Coffee.
It's like a fresh roast.
Like a fresh roast, but it's a heavy roast. Like it's not a soft roast.
Like a bold.
It's like a bold. It's almost got a burnt roast edge.
Yeah, I don't
Like, not burnt, but you know,
I don't pick any burnt.
Coffee drinkers will know what I mean. It's like right on the edge where you can tell that it's got a bitterness to it just from the roast.
All right, I'm going to jump in.
I'm drinking too.
There's the coffee, eh? Wow.
That, dang, Bridge. You used a lot of hops in here, but the hops are really taking a back seat. They're taking a back seat to the coffee.
To everything.
They're taking a
Everything
back
is
seat
taking a
to
back
the
seat
malt.
coffee.
Like, I get a lot of that chocolate malt. Would I pick out, like, a Victory malt or the oats? I don't think so. I don't think I'd pick those out at a... Like beers at 20 paces. I wouldn't pick out... That coffee is just, like, right there, man. In your face, up your nose.
It tastes better than it smells, and it smells pretty good.
It smells really good. It doesn't have much sweetness, and I half expected that, because most coffees tend to have a bit of sweetness. This is, the roast is really serious, the coffee's really serious, the chocolate malt is absolutely there. There's no question there's chocolate malt there. It's a 6.1%. There is no alcohol edge to it at all.
None.
Like zero.
Yeah.
None, which is nice.
It's
not
bordering on like a really well done iced coffee.
Yeah, like it's less beery than it is coffee.
Yeah.
There's no yeast flavor at all that I can pick out, and the hops are not the star of the show. The coffee is the star of the show, and that's. I think
that's probably the point.
That's the point. Yeah. So I'm okay with that. And it is really, really nice. It's funny, after you take a couple of sips, smell it. You can't smell it now.
Yeah.
The nose just goes away. Once you get that on your palate, the nose is gone.
Yeah.
Like it's the nose is there until you drink it because it's so overpowering on the palate.
Yeah. And the nose to begin with was fairly subtle.
But like loads of coffee.
It was coffee, and it fills the palate full.
Sort of late in the taste, it's way back in the top of your mouth and the back of your tongue. It's absolutely strengthy coffee bitterness. Hop bitterness is there, but it's
I'm not
secondary.
holding it to the gods. There's a staging light right there that it's nice and clear.
Coffee beans added after fermentation, soft and fruity coffee aromas. I don't know if I would call what I smelled soft.
It's a very subtle beer.
I don't think it's subtle. To me, it's not subtle at all. To me, it's in your face, but it's.
Well, the coffee is the prominent flavor to be sure, but it's not like 3 coffee beans come in the house and kick your fucking door down and smack you in the mouth.
No, exactly.
Like
it's
well proportioned.
I'm not
perhaps subtle is the wrong word.
Yeah,
but it's well proportioned.
It's well proportioned. I don't know if I would call fruity. I don't know if I would go so far as to say fruity coffee aroma. It is there, and it does have some complexity to it. I just don't know if I would call it soft and fruity. It's coffee and it's roasty.
Taking extra special measure to make sure.
Yeah, I've been. Oh yeah, not that we don't love half pints
or Mount Begbie.
Or Mount Begbie, but that's not what we're drinking right now. So we'll just turn that around. And guys at Half Pints, feel free to ship us something to try. Little Scrapper's always welcome.
I'm a fairly large fella. You might have to ship a bit of it. We
Keg.
love you.
Keg.
I don't know if they can see. Speaking of kegs, the bottle is sitting on a book, which is sitting on a keg. The microphone is sitting on a keg.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Overall, out of 5. I know where I'm going to put it. I will log this on Untappd. You'll be able to see the notes.
What's
there.
Your Untappd again?
Untappd.com/Gscratch.
Gscratch.
Gscratch.
I'm Mr. Wilkinson.
Mr. Wilkinson.
Wilkinson. Out of 5?
Would I buy it again? Yes.
I would absolutely buy this beer again. I would give it 4.25. Yeah.
4.25?
Yeah, 4.25. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I was going to say 4.25. Not the greatest beer I've ever tasted, but absolutely.
No, but it's absolutely competent.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
More than competent. I give competence 3.5.
Yeah.
I think this is a really great beer, actually, and this is a beer that I don't think anybody who likes coffee and likes beer should ever.
You should not pass this beer.
Should not let it go untried. It is absolutely worth a try.
Like I'm not a coffee drinker whatsoever, but I would have at least a bottle of that in my fridge at all times.
Yeah, this is one I think I'll find some more and I'll probably sell her some.
Yeah.
I think it could be better even with time. So there you go. Uganda SIPI Coffee Brown Ale.
Who knew?
Bridge Brewing.
A Ugandan beer from BC.
I love it. I'll take it all day long. So we're going to finish some beer, and we'll see you again another time. Thanks for joining us, Risky Business. Here's a tasting. Hey, cheers, Luke.
Cheers, man. Don't fuck squirrels.
That's actually a really fucking decent beer.
It really is.
It's a very decent beer. Now...